Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, here we go. The tail end portion of today's broadcast. Welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. We take care of all the loose ends, answer all your questions that you might have, continue conversations. Some people have texted, did you guys do the whacked out news today? A couple of people noticed that. Was missing from the regular show.
What happened?
The stories were lame.
Oh, okay. That doesn't happen too often.
No, it doesn't. And today was just kind of a weekday, and I would rather talk about the weekend and Super Bowl halftime show stuff. And so, yeah, it was pretty weak.
I like that.
Yeah.
Never get locked into something too much.
Mm-hmm. I'll give you the quick highlights. So here you go. An abbreviated version of the whacked out news, and this is all that would have played earlier. A Tampa attorney has been disbarred after using his privileges to visit women in jail and film sexual encounters with them for a pornographic film. The attorney used his law license to access private rooms provided to attorneys at 2 jails in order to solicit prostitution and record the encounters for a porno.
So they consented to it, but he was just doing it as he was visiting them?
Yeah, it sounds like he was kind of like doing a caged heat. He was an attorney. He was like, I'm going to be an attorney / porn producer. And he would go into jails and set up a camera. And
who's more respected in the community, attorney or porn producer?
It depends on what community. In some communities, a porn producer.
Yeah.
He's gross, too. Look at him.
He's a 58-year-old attorney.
Yeah, he's got that porn face.
Yeah, after pleading guilty on 3 separate charges, he's been given probation.
That takes balls to set all that up and then film it in the prison?
In the jail.
It would do very well online, though.
Yeah, and then you release those films online and they immediately figure out who it was. Like, you're going to get busted.
But, okay, let's say you get busted and they're going to throw you in jail for a year.
They didn't throw him in jail. He's got probation.
But I'm just saying, okay, but worst case...
He pled guilty and got probation. He's a rock star in the porn producer community.
And then he's going to make money on top of that.
Exactly.
Unless they say he can't film it, which they may, because he didn't get permission to film in there.
He already filmed him.
But I don't think he can release... They may be able to stop the release of it.
Yeah, it could be.
You can't stop Pornhub.
Well,
actually, you can now. Pornhub cleaned up it deleted
really?
70% of its videos.
70%.
And if you sued him because it was recorded here, I think that's kind of happening. That was the one story that had happened with that couple that got it on the gondola in Myrtle Beach. I think those places are saying, no, you have to take that down. You filmed that on our property, and we don't want other people doing copycat things.
Which they will do.
And we don't want to be associated with it because this is unsanctioned, and so you're trying to make money by using our location. Ain't happening.
I think you're right.
Mm-hmm. As attorney, he should know that. A 37-year-old woman in Connecticut took her truck out to do donuts in a parking lot during the snowstorm on Monday, but she lost control and the truck fell into an icy harbor. The fire department had to come to the rescue, and the woman was charged with reckless operation.
Damn, you dummy.
That would be scary. That's one of the things that does kind of horrify me. I know we got that with the canals everywhere, but your car goes into water and it starts to get submerged and you can't get out of that thing because of the pressure. And they have that, I know, on some keychains. It's kind of like a little hammer that
you can break your window.
Yeah, because I guess that's the only way out. And I look at it, I'm like, could I really bust a car window? Some part of me tells me maybe I couldn't.
It's creepy because sometimes people, you think they've been abducted and they drove something, an accident happened and they're in a body of water. I think it was Delray Beach or Boynton, one of them cities where they were looking at the GPS, the map on there, and they saw a car in the water, and it was that unsolved mystery.
And the person was in the car.
The person was in the car from the 90s.
Yeah, a buddy of mine was doing the investigation on that.
Really?
Crazy, yeah.
I'd like to pick his brain.
Okay, I'll set it up.
I would like to pick his brain about a lot of things.
You would?
Yeah, if he's doing these kind of unsolved
Just
crime.
warn this guy what he's getting into.
What is that? What do you mean? You're right. I'll mind fuck him.
You deep dive into murder.
I do. He may think I'm a.
He may think that you're doing research for a side project.
I'm surprised that hasn't come up where somebody's. Let's open up a file on this
you
guy.
You love murder.
Stop saying that. Some people do
Too
think
much.
I remember there was a good week I was talking a lot about murder. Someone sent me an email. They go, dude, you need to check yourself. You're talking way too much about murder.
You're dark, dude.
And a final story I would have had in the Whacked Out News, a guy in Canada bought a hoarder's old house, started going through it and found all kinds of valuable things like rare coins, silver and gold.
Wow.
So I guess you would never know. And, I had grandparents on my mother's side, not to say they were hoarders, but they weren't far from it.
My grandmother was a hoarder.
And they never threw anything out. And in their basement, I remember going down through there because I knew a little bit about sports and I had some older cousins. They would go over there and they were pulling out like the original, I think the first ever Sports Illustrated.
Wow.
That's cool.
And stuff like that was, going back to the 40s, 50s, things like that.
There's a lot of crap in those hoarders' houses.
Right.
But there's a guy on TikTok that does that. He buys dead hoarders' houses.
Interesting.
And then
I could see that, yeah.
Goes through all their stuff and he documents it. And like 99% of it is disgusting and has cat feces on it. Ugh. But then he'll find like nuggets, gems like you talked about.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
Hey, if you don't have a job and you're like, my job was eliminated because of the pandemic, and you can figure out a way to buy the hoarder's house for pennies on the dollar, why the hell not?
I think I went to a hoarder's house.
You went to a whore house?
Hoarder's house. I told you me and Denny's went to that garage sale.
Mm-hmm.
And we walked to it from my house, but we didn't. He's like, hey, there's a place straight down the street. They're selling furniture. I know you're looking for furniture. It's not that far. We get down there. It's pretty fucking far. I already have a whiskey in me, so I go and buy all this shitty furniture.
It is shitty.
It's shitty. It is.
Is that like the name of a new furniture place? Yeah, is it right next to City Furniture?
Shitty furniture.
I think I might start doing that. I'm going to have a place called Shitty Furniture, and anywhere there's a City Furniture, I'm going to open up right next door.
Oh, I bought some shitty furniture at Shitty Furniture.
You bought some shitty furniture at Badcock, too. It's you. It's you.
Yeah. You should have a place called Shitty Furniture, and you hand out a whiskey at the door, so everybody's pretty much loaded that's shopping.
But when I was there, though, I could tell somebody just died. And the family was around.
It's not called a garage sale. It's called an estate sale.
Yeah.
If somebody just died, it's an estate sale.
It just had death in the air.
There's some of them that I've gone to because I'm fascinated. I'll be driving through a neighborhood. If I see an estate sale, I will pull over, especially if they let you go through the house. Now, pre-COVID, of course. You walk through every room and all of their shit has price tags on it. And the person died there just like, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, those fuckers upsold me. They saw me coming. I mean, I was drunk, a little buzzed.
It's their fault you're drunk. They just took advantage of a good situation.
They were so excited. They're like, I think that guy's a little hammered.
This guy is buzzed. Let's up all the prices.
And then my partner, he was real sober, I'm sure. Denny's.
Two of you. It's like Cheech and Chong buy furniture.
I bought a hutch and it was a mile. We walked it a mile.
Did you have a dolly?
A shitty ass dolly.
Shitty dolly, shitty furniture.
There's a theme here.
Shitty hutch, shitty sofa. Dude, it's you.
It took so long. I know. I'm just shit.
Yeah, so that pretty much is the stories. And there was one more I thought was fascinating here. It says scientists developed a brain implant with LEDs the size of a grain of salt, which could control our moods via a smartphone. Can you imagine dialing up there's a mood app. There's an app for that. Where you go in and you hit the button happy and you're happy, or I guess hit the button pissed, and all of a sudden you're pissed.
I hate it.
It's Bluetooth-enabled nanochips. They use light to emit messages to the brain's neurons, and scientists believe it could eventually be used in the treatment of Parkinson's disease and depression. They tested the implants in rats and found that they successfully suppressed cocaine-induced behaviors in the rodents. These freaking rats, what they go through, they jack them up in cocaine and then they zap lights into their brains.
I mean, rats and mice, those poor son of a bitches.
Right. Go through a lot.
I don't like this. I like the fact they can help people who are having some issues, but if you are just someone that's having a bad day and you want to put on happy mood, I don't know if I like it.
Sometimes you gotta have a bad day.
You have to have bad days. You have to have them. They make you better. They make you stronger.
If you don't have any bad days, you're not living right.
Agreed. Man, I've agreed with you a lot today. I don't like it.
It feels like one of those things that they do a movie on, like Click, how you think, oh, this is actually
Fast
really...
forward through this, but wait,
Yeah.
that's your life.
And then you get to the point where you're always hitting the happy button. And then there's something at the end of the movie where you realize, oh my gosh, life is not just about happy. Life is about hills and valleys. It's about the sadness. It's about everything else that comes with it that makes it rich and worth living. And just, hey, happy is that's the peak. But sometimes you need the valleys. And that would maybe be the life lesson in that.
You nailed it.
Yeah, because I think like that if you have that kind of happy, it's empty happy. To push a button to get it, like there was nothing that pre-cooled it, you know? Like
Yes.
it's just empty.
Well, some people will say, well, isn't alcohol or drugs, isn't that kind of the same thing? I would say no, because sometimes you can drink and you're not happy. You're actually
right.
even in a worse mood and you're still feeling and going through the fire. You got to go through the fire in life.
You're right. Example, St. Patty's Day 2 years ago.
That was terrible for the show. I don't agree with that. No.
No, I'm just saying, if you're sad, sometimes you shouldn't drink. Because
Oh!
drinking does not make you happy.
You're talking about that.
I'm talking about what I did.
God.
Yeah.
Because I was sad, and so I thought,
Yeah.
I'll drink and that'll make me happy. But it actually made me 10 times sadder.
God, yeah.
Yeah. There's unfortunately people that get really sad and depressing when they drink.
I know. It's rough, man. And I'm not talking about a little bit of sadness, open weeping.
Yeah.
Oh, just constantly
Tough.
crying. It's tough to enjoy that buzz.
I said I was sorry.
Not you, although that was weird.
At least I told you ahead of time what was going on.
I didn't
though.
know you didn't.
Oh, I told Denny's.
You told Denny's, and all I see is you put your hands on the pool table and look at the entire bar. Who wants to die? And then I just go, what the fuck is going on? So I helped James Brown you out of. I think I put like a cape over your head and marched you out of the bar because the listeners were. Cameras were coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We had to protect you.
You're-
So Denny's gives me the lowdown. He's like, dude, Virginia's having a meltdown. I think someone she knows is dying. I was like, what the fuck? It's still light out?
Very bright day.
And then I'm like, where's Ralston at?
I had told Denny's everything. I thought I told you too. I'm sorry.
I think you were in the bar still, not knowing what was going on.
I was with my buddy Sean, I remember, and he didn't really listen. He's kind of one of those guys, and he looked at me. I remember one point he's like, "So this is your show, huh?" Yep.
It was a poor show.
These are my people.
It was a banner day, and he doesn't know anything about us.
We've had a few public showings that
So
might
that's your
have.
show, huh? Yep, that's it. Yep. He's like, wow. Somebody's saying, yeah, that thing about the brain stuff coming. Elon Musk doing the Neuralink. It'll be interesting to see where they wind up going with that, tapping into our brains. It is a Black Mirror episode come to life. And will we see the day where we're like going, that probably wasn't a good thing. That was a bad idea. Too late now.
Musk has got. He's in the beginning stages of taking over Earth.
I just, to me, I think it would be fascinating. One of the things, if I were able to zap the 30 years in the future, one of the things I would like to look up, say, what do you want to find out? I think I probably would say, hey, do me a rundown of Elon Musk's life. I want to find out what is going on with this guy and how do we regard him. And maybe I need to go 50 because he'd be about done. Probably expiring right at the end.
I don't know. Because what if when he unzips that skin suit, it's a full-on alien?
Oh, it might
and
be.
He lives for 150 more years.
Dan, your alien references are so fucking old. Skin suit.
I know.
Gosh.
Yeah.
You alien poser.
That's not how it works.
In the 50s, yeah.
I think he would be one of those people I would like to see what is going to be the legacy of Elon Musk. What is he going to accomplish? And then how are we going to look at what he did? Could it be like that Elon Musk, somebody should have assassinated him because of where we might wind up? You see what I'm saying? Like a Terminator type thing or a Matrix type thing.
You're not
where-
calling
What's he
for
gonna do
that.
to us?
Yes, where somebody would say, if only we could go back 50 years in time, the first
Stop
thing we
him.
would do would be to kill Elon Musk.
I would love to do what you're talking about, though. Just from the sideline, maybe on the laptop, see what the world would be like in 50 years. An hour-long documentary. What to look
to
forward
that point, what would be, let's say you get to look up 3 things. You zap into the future 50 years, and you drop like into, say, a studio like what we have, where you have access to the internet or whatever, and everything is up to date. And that's it. You get basically the portal that is caught up to time. What do you want to look to see what has happened?
What do you Google?
Yeah, what do you, and who knows what they have then, but to
Right.
get perspective of, okay, what is going on today? What do you want to know? Elon Musk would be one of those questions. I'd be like, let's type up Elon Musk. Let's see what happened with that guy.
If in 50
years.
If in 50 years there's even, who knows if there's going to even be the regular internet. There could be some kind of new system. You go to type something in
I'm
at
sure there
50
will
years,
be, yeah.
and it's like, we're not compute. We don't have internet no more.
So whatever that thing is that would give you information in that day and age, what do you look up?
It's going to get fucking crazy, man. Just look at the last 15 years.
Oh, I know.
With technology.
It's
And
going faster and faster
It is.
and faster.
the fastest it's ever gone in human history.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we're ready for everything.
I'm on a ride and I want to get off, but it won't slow down.
Is it Stop This Train?
Just
Mayer?
round and round.
Oh, fucking rat.
What is it? What were you
I'm
saying?
on a ride and I want to get off.
That's not
but
Rat.
it won't
That's
go
Duran Duran.
down, round and round. Duran
No,
Duran.
you just did a mashup.
Yeah, you said Round and Round, which
Yeah,
is
you
a
did.
rat song.
You did Round
That's
and Round,
Duran
which is Rat.
Duran.
No,
No,
that's not.
You did the Reflex and Round and Round, a mashup of
Really?
both. Yeah.
And they say, I fucking take the show?
Let me pull up the words.
Oh, you are so wrong. I would bet both of our faces on that you are so wrong. It's not called the rat. It's the Reflex.
Yeah, you did the
It went
Reflex
number one in
into Round and
1985.
Round. You sang the Reflex and then you just said Round and Round at the end.
So much confusion. I thought she was singing John Mayer. She tells me she's
Yeah.
singing.
I wasn't singing John Mayer. I never told you that.
No, I know, but I'm just saying the level of confusion for our audience.
Yeah. What's going on
The
here?
ones that stick with us, we're thankful.
Let me see here. Got things that what will be discontinued in 50 years. We were talking about that earlier with some random questions. Discontinued products that you miss. Imagine you go 50 years in the future, Jay Bird, and oh my gosh, the stuff that might not be there that you love now.
There's no Uncrustables. They actually flipped the script. It's Crustables now.
It's all crust.
It's all crust.
Yeah.
A bag of crust.
Imagine that, huh?
That actually could work. You could do cinnamon crust.
Cinnamon Crustables.
Cinnamon toast crust. That you could. All right, so I'm getting a little excited, but you could pair them.
There's that O face again.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kevin, as you were.
Yeah. I'm on a ride and I want to get off.
But they won't slow down.
The round and round.
Stop this train.
That's how it goes, right?
No, it's the roundabout. They won't slow down the roundabout.
Oh.
And then you just start
I was
singing round and round.
close. I mean, roundabout,
You're
round and round.
gonna really step to the Kevin Ralston when it comes to hairband or music in the
80s, yeah.
80s.
I mean, it's real close to what I said.
Okay. DJ Crunch said the chocolate snaps by Nabisco. Love those. Discontinued them.
Yeah.
Didn't they used to have a Keebler fudgy wafer? Do they still have those? It was like the little elves, and they were a cookie, and they had fudge on one side.
EL
Yes.
fudge?
Do they still
Yes.
have EL fudge?
I don't know because I think they are such shitty cookie. I can't stand Keebler.
What you got against the elves?
Fuck them elves and their
I thought you were
bull.
talking about buying stock in Nabisco. Isn't that?
Keebler?
I gotta make some adjustments.
You got to do the
You've
research.
been bragging about buying that stock forever, and you just said fuck them elves.
Well, I don't like them. I
I mean,
hate.
you got to get it together, dude.
I can still buy stock in something I hate.
Why would you?
I just don't. Kevin, you caught me off guard. I don't like those cookies. I think the cream is bullshit. I think the cracker outside is horse shit.
Then don't buy the stock.
I think I gotta not buy the stock. I can talk about my product like that.
Who is Keebler owned by? Oh, Keebler's owned by Kellogg's.
Oh, we're good.
Kellogg's, okay.
Okay.
So Nabisco makes Oreos, Chips Ahoy,
Oreos are great.
Figgy Newtons, And Ritz crackers. You like all those.
I like them all but Fig Newton.
It's too bad. I was really hoping Keebler was going to be owned by Nabisco.
No, those. So then the hashtag "fuck them elves" can
Fuck them elves.
can continue. KVJ Nation, help me out.
Fuck them
Get it trending.
Beth said I like the Keebler's Vienna fingers. You ever had those?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't like eating anything called fingers.
Chicken fingers.
Yeah.
It still weirds me out, though. I don't like the name.
Would chicken claws be better?
No. Strips is the way to do it. And a lot of people just call chicken fingers strips.
Yeah, chicken strip or tenders.
Tenders, yeah. Sounds a lot
Fish
better.
fingers.
Ugh. That just sounds
Fingers
like
anything. I don't like fingers.
But finger food, when you say it like that.
I like finger food. Finger fish sounds like a sex move.
Let me see.
If your fingers smell like fish, she needs to go to the gynecologist.
When I was a kid, I was taught that there was a poem, and I'm sure you guys know it. I think I even said it before. If she smells like fish, eat as much as you wish. If she smells like cologne, leave it alone. I was taught that at Lake Park Elementary.
What if she just
They taught
sprayed
you that at
cologne
the
on her?
elementary school?
Well, no, it wasn't in class. It was a kid at lunchtime.
Second grade music class.
It wasn't second grade though. This kid
In
was
second grade,
He was
kids
so
in Lake
advanced.
Park are talking about eating beef?
He was so advanced. It might have been third grade, Mrs. Edmondson's
That's
class.
still advanced.
It was.
I think.
And I was confused by it. And then someone explained it to me. I go, dude, the fish is the natural scent. The cologne means she's getting eaten out by another guy. Another guy was there.
So you got a
Yeah.
breakdown in cunnilingus in third grade.
Yes.
Wow.
Lake Park was a different animal,
You
dog.
are advanced. No wonder you are where you are. I mean, my gosh, if that's what you got in third grade?
His name was John. I remember.
Yeah?
Yep. I don't know if I can say this because I don't know the rules. Yeah, I don't know the rules. There's
It's the podcast. There are
well,
no rules.
there's a radio rule unwritten that you taught me at the very beginning of radio, something you're never allowed to say on the air. But it is an adult podcast and kids should not be listening.
You're right.
But I still don't want to take a chance.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to fuck that up. Sorry, Kevin.
Nurse Schmidt in the chat room said that poem is gross and not true.
Yeah, I don't think that's true.
It's not
Yeah.
true. Oh, John from Lake Park Elementary was wrong?
Yeah.
I think if your shit smells fishy, you need to go get it looked at.
She said that the fish odor is classic with BV. Don't make me give the vaginitis lecture here.
Oh, bacterial vagina. Oh, the BV, bacterial vaginitis.
Damn.
Or vagicitis.
Or vaginosis. We know it's one of them.
Okay.
It's one of those gross vaginas.
Vaginosis. Damn, I got that gnosis.
Okay. Another medical thing here. This is about getting water out of your ear. Michelle backs up that confirming hydrogen peroxide. You pour a capful of hydrogen peroxide into your ear, and you'll hear the fizzing type sounds. Then you'll hear slight popping, and then tilt your head and let out the water. It kind of sounds like pop rocks in your mouth. I think I have tried that before, and I think it was effective.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am really struggling with this.
I have hydrogen peroxide at home. I could have brought it for you.
I can't wait till tomorrow. I'm going to have to go to the pharmacy.
Yeah, go. Because it's super cheap. You can get a whole bottle of it.
I'll get a sub, too.
Somebody
At the
had,
pharmacy?
Somebody had texted in earlier, and they said it felt like I had water in my ears for months. I finally went to the doctor. It ended up being fungus from Florida weather that grew and created holes in my ears.
Oh, hell
What
no.
the hell? I never heard anything like that.
That is
What is that?
awful.
Dang.
Do you ever use Q-tips?
Sometimes I do, but I was told not to do that, although I feel like they clean
They do.
the best, so I do use them, but I know I'm not supposed to.
Like several years ago, I thought I was going deaf, and I had to go to the doctor, and they had to clean out one of my ears because I had pushed so much earwax
my
from
God.
using the Q-tip.
can't.
It came out like a chunk.
All right.
It looked like,
Please stop. I'm tapping out. We get it.
you know, that crust on top of like
Oh, fuck.
school glue.
Kevin, please make her stop. It's from the fucking pool. I jumped in a cold pool last night. I got water in my ear. But thank you for that.
Brittany was wanting to know in an email, what was the keypad door lock you got, Virginia, for Jaybird for the housewarming gift? I see a few on Amazon, but I don't know which one specifically.
So I like the Schlage. It is a little more pricey. It's $100 and something, but it's very solid when it comes to hardware, because I used to date a guy back in the day whose parents owned a hardware store, and they exclusively dealt with hardware of doors, locks, hinges, clasps, all that. You can get shitty hardware like that quick set bullshit and put it on your door, and it's going to be not as good and fall apart. Spend a little more on your door hardware. Go with the Schlage, and you'll be so happy.
I love that name. That's
It
a
sounds
great
like a
brand.
dig. It sounds like a dig.
Schlage.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Schlage.
like, hey, run your hand up my Schlage and come over here and touch my schliness.
When your dick and leg are laying together and they rub it.
Schlage. It is. It's schlong and leg.
Yeah, it
It
is.
really is.
Schlag.
Yeah. Hey, baby.
I got it at Home Depot, but you
Okay.
can get them anywhere.
Put Depot on that list of words for Virginia. Home Depot.
Depot. Got Shauna, who said, I get what you're saying about that peanut butter whiskey. Heard you talking about that. Want to tell you how funny I thought it was with the wicked hangover. I recently spent the night catching up with a friend. I already had myself one too many drinks, and at the end of the night, we decided to try the stuff. And I'm usually a straight whiskey drinker, so this was very different for me. Plus, it was so sweet.
It is.
But it did hit the spot, kind of like a dessert drink. Well, next thing I know, I'm waking up on the couch at 7 a.m. in a confused panic. I didn't even remember the rest of my night. Apparently, our conversation ended with me in tears and discussing lig issue, L-I-G-E issues. I don't know what that is.
L-I-G-E.
I don't know what the hell that is.
L-I-G.
Leg?
Come here and touch my schleg.
Schlag? Is your schlag hurting you, girl?
Oh, yes, it is. And the whole rest of the day, I was nauseous beyond belief with a banging headache. Worst hangover since my 21st birthday. And all I can say is never again, never again.
I actually sent you an email, I think a day and a half later, and said, Kevin, this is the worst hangover I think I've ever had.
It's all that sugar.
Yeah.
And
Sugar will take your ass out.
she's right. I do like whiskey, and that's what I usually would drink, and that is a different animal. It tastes different, it feels different, and it's got this, it sneaks up on you. You don't think it's working, and then all of a sudden,
bam.
like to her, you're crying, you're fucking...
Oh, wow.
You're
That's a tough ride.
Yeah.
Also got an email here, Tom in Coral Springs, talking about listening to the ASPC After the Show podcast. Heard you guys talking about my email about Facebook losing pictures from 2009 to 2010. And to answer Virginia, no, they are not able to get them back.
Damn.
Thankfully, I regularly back up my phone pics to an external hard drive, and I've been doing this prior to 2009.
Well, aren't you
But
smart?
A warning to everyone else.
Yeah, who does that other than smart people?
I'd never back anything up.
That thing.
Only that thing.
That
Yeah, you
thing,
do that.
she'll turn it upside down, too.
You know
She
I will. I'm
will.
not afraid to get upside down and put the cooter all out there.
I think we should have a cooter upside down off tomorrow.
Won't smell no fish. Not up in here.
You are very aquatic.
Yes. Got an email from Jessica with a Super Bowl shout out. I just want to give a shout out to the workers behind the scenes making this Super Bowl possible. The health professionals collecting the swabs, the couriers driving them to the reference lab, the processors receiving the swabs, the lab assistants labeling and pipetting those samples, and finally the medical laboratory technologists like myself running those tests. Love listening to you guys. So there she is up there in the Tampa area, I believe, doing the Lord's work, making sure we can get a Super Bowl coming off on Sunday.
Thank you, girl.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. Somebody else had texted in something that sounded interesting as well for the Super Bowl. They said somebody posted their RV for rent. It's less than 2 miles from Raymond James Stadium, and as the Super Bowl special, it is $2,200 per night with a 4-night minimum, but it's within walking distance of the stadium.
Wow.
It is kind of interesting and smart. So they took their RV, they got as close as they could to the stadium, and now for $2,200 a night, which basically, $5,000, you can stay in their RV and then you can walk to the stadium. Use that for tailgating. It's actually kind of a genius idea if you have an RV, isn't it?
Totally. But I think you have to have the property also that's close to the stadium. You can't just park your RV on a street.
Yeah, I don't know how it works around there. I've been to a game at Raymond James Stadium, but I don't know as far as ownership of lots and all the tailgating ins and outs. I would assume that they had found a place that would be okay to park. I don't know.
It sounds like they own a house or a piece of property that's close enough to walk to Raymond James.
I don't know. Possibly. Smart, though.
If you're going to put anything close to the Super Bowl, you have to pay. They're not going to let you put anything to tailgate, I don't think, right?
I don't know. I don't know how it's working. I do know that, like I said, at Hard Rock for the national championship, they had people going around telling you to get in the stadium and stuff like that. They were really trying to do what they could to shut down the tailgating. So they were not a fan of that. So I don't know if they're doing that. It sounds like they're really loosening up for the Super Bowl, though.
Every week it gets a little looser.
Yeah, he says up to 25,000.
Yeah,
now,
the NFL said this week, when we let in those 25,000 people, we're going to give them all PPE. So what they keep doing is they put out like a statement that makes you go, oh, that's so nice of the NFL. They're giving all of those people PPE. But each time they put out a statement where they're doing something kind for the community, they're upping the number. Last week it was 22,000. This week it was 25,000. It keeps going up every week because I'm watching it.
Yeah.
Whenever you have money on the line and people in charge, you can bet there's going to be some manipulation.
Some shady bullshit.
Yeah. That's just people, baby.
And somebody said, the cost. Yeah, somebody said, screw that. I wouldn't pay for that RV. That is too expensive. You're talking close to $9,000. I'd rather just get a limo and, go back and forth.
Totally.
I don't know what the hotels are like around there. I think I stayed not too far from there, and I think I don't know if they have any fancier hotels. I think that they have like the Holiday Inn Expresses and things like that. I think we stayed in one of those type of hotels not far from Raymond James Stadium.
I like a Holiday Express. Is that what you said? Holiday Express?
Holiday Inn Express are not bad. They're not great, but they're not bad.
Oh, here comes Fancy Pants. It's not the fucking Breakers.
Yeah, that would be suitable enough. I mean, if we're going to the Super Bowl, if you're one of those real fancy people and money doesn't matter and you're going for that, I don't know what the nice hotel situation is around there.
I'm looking right now. So
around
on
the stadium.
Priceline.
I think they got some strip clubs down the street there.
They do.
On Dale Mabry, is that where all the strip joints are?
Big area for strip clubs. Mm-hmm. In fact, it might be one of the biggest.
I think Tampa lets them get like real nasty too, right?
What does that mean? What do you mean?
Like
hell nasty. We're talking not just the tatas, but
I think it's everything,
the basement,
right? Isn't it like full nude?
Attic, basement, and the back shed.
The back shed.
And I think they have weird distance rules and things like that in Tampa. Like I think it's anything goes in South Florida, but I think they've got some kind of weird restrictions. Something like maybe like no booze or something like that in some of them.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it is with Tampa strip clubs, but I thought I remembered something.
Well, talk about taking the fun out of the party.
Well, you have to drink it all in the parking lot and then go in there hammered.
All right, so like your basics, like your Homewood Suites and Holiday Inns are going for like $280 a night.
Okay.
That's not bad.
For during the Super Bowl?
For Super Bowl, yeah.
Holy crap.
I put in these dates of this weekend.
That's not bad at all.
Just to let you guys know about the strip club stuff, Sean in the chat room says if it's all nude, there isn't liquor.
Really?
That's what he said. If it's nude, there isn't liquor, but I think if it's all nude, it can't be, to your point.
Yeah. Oh, that's just, to me, you need both. Like, I need...
I need both.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, this isn't going to work for me.
I'll tell you what I don't need in my strip club, a shitty, runny ranch salad.
That's on you.
I know.
If you eat at the strip club, unless it's Monroe's or Rachel's, it's on you.
Rachel's has really good food. I went
So
there.
does Monroe's.
We're gonna do something
Yeah.
with. I think we're at Wild, and we did something with Rachel's, and I had their potatoes, and I was all about them potatoes and not about them titties.
That's powerful.
I was more about the potatoes. They were that good.
Your boner was for something else.
You had an Idaho boner.
I did.
Potato boner. Okay. All right. Well, we got one more day left of this fun. Hope you guys will start with us on the regular show tomorrow at 6 a.m. and then join us for the Friday ATS. You guys have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems, ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.